Hello, I'm Peter Towers, Managing Director of ESIC BIZTOOLS. Welcome to this conversation on early stage innovation company status and how it can assist accountants to retain innovative clients. I think this is one of the real challenges for the accountancy profession as we commence a new decade, the decade of change. And that is, how are you going to retain the smart, normally younger clients who have developed a new process, service, product, management, or marketing methodology and wish to commercialize it? Are you just going to allow those clients to go off and see someone else because you haven't geared up to be able to supply the new services that they're going to require? Well, I hope this little conversation is going to influence you and your colleagues in your firm to change your mind and to say that you should be scaling up your services so that you are able to grow with your clients. So those clients who want to start a journey towards becoming a bigger and stronger business, being able to raise capital, you can be with them for at least some of the way on that journey. If they want to do an initial public offer at some time in the future, you might decide you don't want to go into that type of work, but there's plenty of things that you can do for them in the interim. So I think the early stage innovation company legislation is going to assist you to be able to retain clients who have got real prospects and who will be prepared to pay for your services. So the first part of this process is the client investment ready? And to qualify as investment ready, the company is going to need a business plan that analyzes what is going to happen in the next 3 years, a budget, cash flow forecast, and projected balance sheet that is for the corresponding period as the business plan, a definition of what the vision is for the company, an appreciation of corporate governance and how it's going to affect the directors and the leadership team of your client. It will be very few companies that can sit down and prepare these types of reports on their own. They will need assistance from someone, and shouldn't that someone be you and your accountancy business who are supplying the input for the preparation of these very important investment-ready documents? We then turn to the due diligence review that is going to be necessary to assist your client to qualify as an early stage innovation company. In the first instance, there is the test that has to be undertaken for all companies to see whether they qualify. Have they invented a new product, process, service, management, or marketing methodology? Let's say yes, they've done that. Is the company and 100% of its subsidiaries of such a size that their expenditure is under $1 million in the previous 12 months and that their income is under $200,000 in the previous 12 months, not including any grants received under the Accelerating Commercialization Grant? And if that's the case, they have passed the first series of tests. And obviously, every company that aspires to be an early stage innovation company has to do that. We can then move into the gateway test. Now, under the gateway test, a company must accrue a total of 100 points or more. And there are a series of questions that they can qualify to earn points. The first matter under review is research and development. In the last 12 months, has the company spent more than 50% of its expenditure on research and development? If the answer is yes, they earn 75 points. And obviously they have to be able to prove this from their income tax returns and other documentation. A second research and development question relates to, was the expenditure on research and development more than 15% and less than 50% of the company's total expenditure in that 12-month period? In that case, the company earns 50 points. Was the company admitted to the Accelerating Commercialization Grant Program at any time, which would be in the last 3 years? If the answer to that question is yes, the company earns 75 points. Has the company been admitted to a accelerating program, an accelerator program? And in that case, the company earns 50 points. Has the company already received $50,000 from arm's length investors who have paid their capital contribution to the company and been allocated shares, in which case the company earns 50 points? Has the company already registered a patent or a registered design anywhere in the world in the last 5 years? And the company earns 50 points. Has the company registered a registered design or a innovation patent anywhere in the world in the last 5 years? The company earns 25 points. Now, if the aggregate of those various points exceeds 100, then the company has completed the process to be accepted as an early stage innovation company. That all needs to be documented so that it's able to be submitted to potential investors and also to the Australian Taxation Office and Oz Industry, who are the final adjudicators as to whether the company has qualified as an early stage innovation company. But you don't have to submit it to them straight away if you're qualifying under the gateway test. The next test is the principles test. Now, this is where you have to go to if you cannot earn the 100 points under the gateway test. And this will probably relate to very new companies that have only just started and really haven't had a chance to undertake that significant research and development, or even to be admitted to the Accelerating Commercialization Grant Program. There are 5 questions in the principles test. They each need to be answered in a positive manner, and some supplementary information has to be submitted. In my experience, at least 1 page of information will have to be submitted to answer each question, and in some cases you'll have a number of schedules to be attached. So the questions are looking at, is the business genuinely focused on commercializing this research and development activity or this new product, process or service that has been developed? Is there a high growth potential for this product? Is the ability there to scale up the business to make it bigger than what it currently is? Is the product or service able to be sold in other markets? Or is it only going to be able to ever be able to be sold in its current market, say Sydney or Melbourne? And is there potential for competitive advantage? Now, if the company is able to put together a package of responses, and this might well be your responsibility as the accountant in undertaking the due diligence review to put all that together. A report then can be submitted to the Australian Taxation Office, who should be issuing an approval letter that they believe that the company has qualified as an early stage innovation company. And that letter can then be shown together with the due diligence review to potential investors. ESS BIZTOOLS has developed a full product package to assist accountants to guide your clients through this whole process. So we've got a full spreadsheet which will enable you to work your way through for your individual clients to make sure that they, in the first place, generally meet the qualifications, and then to answer the questions on the gateway test. And if they cannot accumulate 100 points, to then move into the principles test. And then we have some guidelines as to how you put all that together into an overall report as the due diligence report that the client can then submit to the Australian Taxation Office and to potential investors. Because investors will want to receive some confirmation that if they invest their funds in this company, that they are going to receive the tax offset, which is 20% of their investment, up to $10,000 rebate for a retail investor, and up to $200,000 calculated on 20% of the investment for a sophisticated investor. And if they hold the shares in the company for longer than 12 months, they will not have to pay capital gains tax. So that's the program for early stage innovation companies. If you have any questions, please contact us. Currently, we have a 25% discount available on this package and all of our other packages. Please go to our website, www.essbiztools.com.au. Have a great day. Goodbye.